Warriors, I want to welcome you to this very important and powerful video on what you must eliminate from your life in order to gain access to anxiety recovery and a much better emotional state, my friends. Before I get into the acronym called D.I.B.A, D-I-B-A, first I want you to get to know your own brain, okay? And when I talk about your own brain, I'm talking about two different hemispheres. The left hemisphere of your brain that always wants to maintain the status quo. It doesn't want to change anything. The right hemisphere of your brain that constantly wants to challenge the left hemisphere and say, you know what? Maybe there is a different way to see this. Maybe we can, in fact, behave differently and take different forms of action. So your left hemisphere is constantly going against your right hemisphere. But the truth is that if you've got such deeply ingrained beliefs, habits, behaviors, then it's very difficult for the right hemisphere to challenge the status quo. But my friends, because of neuroplasticity today, and science is bringing this out, saying, you know what, our brains are very plastic, we can change ourselves no matter what age we're at, we can begin the process. But we must understand D.I.B.A. D.I.B.A goes like this. D, I want you guys to begin eliminating what's called distancing. And distancing is something that a lot of anxiety sufferers do today, and also just people that are going about their daily lives bothered by stressors. They distance themselves from people's success stories. So they'll look at an influencer, they'll look at a role model, they'll look at someone who's at a much better place in their lives, and they'll say, you know what, I'll never get there. I don't have the skills. I'm limited in so many ways. So you'll begin distancing yourself and saying, you know what, my problem is so much different and so much bigger than theirs was. So the first thing we need to eliminate from your life is distancing. We have to stop doing this. We have to stop thinking this way, because those people that you see that have gotten themselves to a much better place in their lives did not entertain these ideas around distancing. They believed that if they could combine the proper mindset and gain the skill sets, that they could better their lives and feel much, much better. I in D.I.B.A is impulsiveness. We have to stop the impulsiveness, my friends, and that means allowing your emotions to control how you think about things. It's as simple as that. Something makes you angry, you act in anger, you begin thinking in an angry manner. Something makes you anxious, you feel anxious, and you begin thinking in anxious ways. What starts to happen at this point is your emotional refractory period sets in. So if you get angry, or if you get anxious, or if you get sad, for the next 45 minutes, your filter system will focus in on all the things that maintain that emotional state, my friends. It's like getting in a fight with your wife or your husband, and then for the next 45 minutes, no matter what they say, pisses you off even more. So we have to understand that if we're going to get to a better place in our lives, we must overcome and we must see through this impulsiveness that we currently have. B, I like to call it blaming. You got a circle of friends. You got a circle, your family. They care about you so much. They want you to get to a better place in your life. They're doing everything that they can in their power and their education and their information that they hold to help you. And yet, you're still blaming them. You're blaming your circle for not being there for you. You're blaming them for not understanding your struggle. You're blaming them for not giving you the tools and instead just giving you reassurance and comfort. You constantly blame them for everything. Are you doing this? Admit it, because today we need to admit these things. We need to accept them and we need to express them if we're going to get to that place where I believe you deserve to get to, freedom from your current emotional state. So we must eliminate the blaming. Stop putting your life and your future in the hands of other people's opinions and other people's information. Go find it yourself, just like you're doing here. Now, A in D.I.B.A, finally, comes down to avoidance. Avoidance is where you organize your day around avoiding things that make you feel anxious. So you wake up in the morning and you say, okay, when I drive to work, I'm going to skip the shop and I'm going to drive in this alley and then I'm going to make a right turn here and I'm not going to go on the highway because that makes me really, really anxious. And you begin to just set the path and you begin avoiding everything that you can that makes you feel slightly anxious. My friends, if you continue doing that, all you're doing is giving more power to your fears and giving more power to your unconscious habits and core beliefs that have been ingrained within you from childhood. My friends, it's time to update those beliefs. It's time to stop avoiding everything that makes you feel a bit jittery, nervous, anxious, whatever it may be. Why? Here's why. Because what if we could change the label and the judgment of being anxious, and instead we replace that anxiousness with engagement or energetic, anger, energetic, sadness, curiosity? What if I change the labels? What if I change the judgments and I began to see those feelings differently? If I begin to see the feelings differently, I will then understand that my greatest growth resides in the moments of me feeling anxious. It wasn't until I stopped avoiding all of those pathways, people, environments, and I began placing myself just slowly. And you don't have to be Superman coming in there and going, hey, I'm going to change everything today. Everything's going to be different. I'm just going to blow through everything. It's not going to be that way. You're a little bit fragile, you're a little bit sensitized, you're a little bit sensitive. Accept it, accept your vulnerability, and take on your fears in small doses in the beginning until you feel much more comfortable in those places and those environments, my friends. D.I.B.A is something that we need to implement starting today. We've got to take these things out of our lives. Please share this video with your friends. I love you all so very much. Make sure to hit the bell below for all the notifications for my videos. You are more than anxiety. If you got any questions, hit me up on anxietyexit.com, where you'll find the #1 CBT-based program for anxiety today. I love you all.